The rain started just after midnight, hammering the roof of Raven Hill Penitentiary like a warning. Inside, the power flickered, and then went out completely. For 7 minutes, the prison was dark. For 7 minutes, Earl Maddox, the butcher of Blackwater, was free. By the time the backup generators kicked on, 3 guards were missing, and Maddox's cell was empty. Just a set of broken shackles and a smear of blood across the floor. They searched for him for days. The state police combed every mile of road within 50 miles, but he was gone, swallowed by the storm and the woods beyond the prison walls. A week later, Sarah Miller, a young mother living just outside Blackwater, was closing her diner for the night. She'd heard the news reports, of course, everyone had, but people in small towns had a way of convincing themselves that bad things only happened somewhere else. She wiped the counter, locked the front door, and turned off the neon sign. That's when she noticed the muddy footprints. They started just inside the back door, leading straight toward the kitchen freezer. Bare, wide steps, each print smeared with something darker than mud. Her breath caught. "Hello?" she whispered. The freezer door creaked open an inch. Cold air spilled out, along with the faint sound of breathing. Sarah backed away slowly, reaching for the phone, but the line was dead. Then, from the freezer, came a voice, low, rasping, almost playful. "Been a long time since I had a home-cooked meal." The door swung open fully. Earl Maddox stepped out, barefoot, wearing a stolen guard's uniform 2 sizes too small. His eyes gleamed in the dim light, and his grin was all teeth. He raised the bloodied cleaver he'd carried through every murder he'd ever committed. "You're up late," he said. "You must be hungry." Sarah ran, through the kitchen, into the dark diner, keys shaking in her hand. She threw herself out the front door and into the rain. Headlights appeared down the road. A sheriff's cruiser. She waved frantically, screaming. The car screeched to a stop. Sheriff Daniels jumped out, gun drawn. "Ma'am, what's wrong?" She turned to point back toward the diner, but the door was swinging open again, and the lights inside were flickering on. There was no sign of Maddox, just the faint sound of laughter echoing through the empty building. The sheriff went in, weapon raised. 2 minutes later, Sarah heard the scream. When backup arrived 20 minutes after that, both of them were gone. Only the cleaver was left, still dripping, stuck deep in the diner's counter. And later that week, new footprints appeared on the roadside, heading east toward the next town.